Hey there folks, this is David on David's Brain. Welcome back to our ongoing Let's Play of Disco Elysium for the PS4. Please be sure to like, share, subscribe, comment, ring the bell, and contribute to my Patreon link in the description at the bottom. Alright, last time we managed to squeeze what little information we could get out of that brought. We watched a little bit about my my political views on this game here, or just in general, and also got the thought for the homosexual underground. Right, anyway, so yep, with all that done with, let's see if we can find a way to kill some time here. Let's see, handwritten note from the fridge.
An intricate web. It still kind of looks like a map of the... For you to... Someone close to the victim might know. Gone.
Alright, 16 days of coldest April.
In your hands, you hold 16 Days of Coldest April by Yekaterina Dahl. The cover image shows a row of concrete apartments above which span a black and white rainbow.
Feels heavy.
Indeed, the book is unusually heavy in your hands, as though the cover were lined with lead. It would do that in Grad.
How long is this book anyway?
You flip through the book. The pages are thinner than you realized, and the type quite small and tightly set. It's nearly 600 pages long. Real art is dense and difficult. If it didn't feel like you had to wrestle a suicidal bear to get through it, you weren't really reading.
Okay, find it, Mr. Snob. Alright, let's take a look at the back cover here.
The back cover is dominated by a black and white photograph of the author.
What does she look like?
She can't be much older than her mid-30s in this photograph. And yet, from this cover, the eyes of a sad old woman stare back at you.
Alright, well, we got some time to kill, so...
Detached to prose, the author describes a scene from one of the Yugograd riots in the 20s. Youths overturned motor carriages and set trash cans ablaze, while heavily armored guardsmen dash in and disperse them in a flurry of baton blows. As ethnic tensions run wild, a pair of young lovers meet each other on the street. Somehow, in the middle of all the chaos, they manage to lock arms and look into each other's eyes.
What happens next?
It would physically hurt you to keep reading. Are you sure?
Yeah, 10 more pages.
They go through a brief and somewhat awkward love affair. And in the end, they betray each other and succumb to the absurdity of Gradian life. The man becomes a lens grinder, completely abandoning his former existence. He toils through the daily drudgery at the Lenka Polyfabricate. Happiness and fulfillment have eluded him his whole life. And in the end, he has nothing to do but dedicate himself to the craft.
Pleasant. And the woman?
She spends the next several decades standing at a conveyor in a Sosnovo fish processing plant. The smell of fish guts slowly seeps into her hair and skin, as every single one of her dreams dies, one by one. The memory of their short time spent together tortures the former lovers ceaselessly until the end of their days. Years pass in solitude, their bodies growing ever more decrepit.
This is terrible.
As life leaves their remains between the soil sheets, their final thoughts are filled with regret. In cold as it would physically hurt you to keep. They go through. He toils. She spent the memory of their short time spent together, as life leaves their remains between the soil sheets.
I guess when they say 2200 hours, they mean 2200 hours.
The bullet is still safely sealed away. There it is again. In your hand, you hold Dick Mullen and the mistaken identity. The brittle paperback feels fragile to the touch. The cover features a pastiche of different scenes. In the foreground, a man in a dark overcoat clutches a pistol to his chest. Rising up behind him are two silhouettes wrapped in a passionate embrace. The tagline reads, Detective Dick Mullen must prove his innocence after an old friend is murdered by someone who looks just like Dick Mullen. That seems to sum up the premise nicely. Needless to say, it violates nearly every RCM regulation for a detective to investigate a murder in which he is a suspect.
Well, no duh.
Are you really reading that, Detective?
I really need to know who this Dick Mullen guy is.
Good luck finding it. He's not much of a character, I think you'll find. Just a stand-in for the reader.
The point is for the reader to feel like they're solving the crime, along with Dick Mullen. A crude narrative convention, but no less effective for it.
Alright, let's go.
The story opens with a knock at the door. Detective Dick Mullen is greeted by an old friend, Charlie Spillane, who's come to Mullen to ask a favor on this dark and cold night. Spillane needs Mullen to drive him in from Vespa to a small town along the Insulindian coast. Despite his friend's apparent agitation, Mullen does as he's asked, then returns home where he passes out drunk, as he does most nights. An extremely unprofessional and hurtful stereotype that's offensive to all upstanding officers of the law.
And yet...
But also extremely accurate in your case.
Hey, I'm trying at least.
Give it time. You'll fall off the wagon sooner or later.
Uh-huh. Yeah, no, I'll stay on the wagon if anything just to spite you.
2 days later, Mullen is arrested by the Vespa police and charged with the murder of Charlie Spillane. At his interrogation, Mullen learns that Charlie Spillane was shot in a bar in the very town Mullen dropped him off in by a man matching Mullen's description. Desperate to clear his name, Mullen manages to convince the Vespa police to release him for 3 days so that Mullen may solve his friend's murder and prove his innocence.
The cops released our prime murder suspect so we can find the real killer? Are you shitting me?
What's the matter, Detective?
I don't know who's writing this shit, but I get the feeling they aren't experts on homicide investigations.
The lieutenant shrugs, resigned to the idea that his profession will rarely, if ever, be accurately represented in art and literature. They're not shitting you, detective. This is what the writers think passes for police procedure.
Good lord. Alright, so Mullen didn't do it.
Of course, Mullen didn't do it. That's the whole premise of the book. Anyway, Mullen returns to the seaside bar where Spillane was murdered and meets a beautiful, mysterious woman named Diana Deneva.
Nice, a dame.
And not just any dame. She's truly one in a million, a knockout whose mind is as dangerous as her curves. But she's got a secret.
Man, a secret. Who doesn't have one of those?
Secrets are the currency of human relations. Your secrets are unknown, even unto you. So does that make you a rich man or a beggar?
Now it's getting interesting.
Deneuve reveals that she was Spillane's lover, and that he was mixed up with a local amphetamine smuggling operation. As soon as Mullen begins pulling at strings, the whole conspiracy begins to unravel. Not only is the local police captain in on the amphetamine ring, so is the son of a powerful politician and a strung-out art collector named Torvald, each of whom has his own reasons for wanting Spillane dead.
Alright, tell me about the corrupt police captain.
Outwardly, the old police captain is a real law and order crypto-fascist, a barrel-chested man who's beaten his share of suspects to pulp. But he's also dirty and increasingly paranoid that someone's going to expose his role in the drug ring.
Charming.
He would certainly have the motive and the means, but the captain walks with a noticeable limp from an old war injury. Is it possible that he was able to conceal it long enough to commit the murder?
Alright, about the politician's son.
A typical privileged twat. In all likelihood, he's just in over his head. He does bear a personal grudge against Spillane, though, a former prosecutor who nearly brought down his father's administration. The kid doesn't exactly have Dick Mullen's manly build, but he is the correct height, and while interrogating him at his home, Mullen did notice a certain overcoat that looks suspiciously like his own.
What was that about an art collector?
Torvald, the art collector, is a strung-out mess. Frankly, it's hard to imagine him holding a pistol steady enough to actually hit someone, let alone plug them 3 times in the chest the way Spillane did. That said, Torvald and Spillane have a long history, and while interrogating him, Mullen discovers that Torvald was once involved with Deanna Deneuve. Could it be that this is all over a sordid love triangle? One evening, Deanna Deneuve comes to Mullen's hostel room in tears. The two of them drink half a bottle of vodka, and soon they're seeking comfort in each other's arms. Yes, comfort and pleasure. The warmth of another human's touch. The burning taste of liquor on her full, sweet lips. Well, that testimony won't be admissible any longer.
How does Mullen expect to solve the murder if he's sleeping with witnesses?
The man's a prosecutor's nightmare. Solving a murder counts for nothing if all the evidence gets thrown out in court over police misconduct. That's just Dick Mullen's modus operandi. He might bend the rules, but he closes cases like no one else can.
I'm not sure I'm happy with this, but maybe the story will turn it around.
As the two lovers share a post-coital cigarette, Deanna Deneuve turns to Mullen and says, "By the way, Dick, there was something else I meant to tell you. I love you. Always aim for the center of mass." Whatever it is, Mullen never hears the words. A blow to the base of his skull knocks him out cold instantly.
Fuck!
When Mullen comes to, Deneuve is dead on the hostel bed next to him. To make matters worse, his clothes are covered with her blood.
Oh, double fuck!
Mullen trashes his blood-stained clothes and flees the hostel, knowing it's only a matter of hours before the cops discover Deneuve's body, if they haven't been tipped off already. Fleeing a crime scene, destroying evidence. Even if Detective Mullen didn't commit the murder, he should be facing years behind bars.
At least.
Dick Mullen won't be sent to the clink for the sake of some legal niceties. The heat is on. If Dick Mullen can't solve both murders before the cops catch up to him, he's going away for life. Can you solve the case before the cops close in?
Wait, I got some questions first.
What is it, Detective?
Why does everyone close to Dick Mullen wind up dead?
It's a dangerous line of work, but somebody has to do it. That's why Dick Mullen never lets anyone get too close.
Why did Dick Mullen become a detective in the first place?
There was never a time when he wasn't a detective. He was born a detective.
Was I not born to be a detective?
For a moment, you cease to read the story on the page and see the book for what it is. A collection of brittle, cheaply printed pages held together by glue made from the hooves of horses. You won't find the answers you're looking for here, in other words.
Why bother solving crimes when the world's so evil?
Is it really so evil, Detective?
Okay, maybe not. There's parts worth saving.
Like what?
Let's see. Like, friends and family.
Do you even have those?
I've got Kim.
Just make sure you don't lose him. You'll not find another like him. It's true in more ways than you know. But then, what does this book know? It's just a poorly made piece of pulp garbage made to be consumed and discarded. Is it like what? You don't know how you know, but you can feel this book laughing at you. You think contemplating art is going to save you?
Yeah, I do. I'm the goddamn art cop after all.
Whatever you say, art cop. The book has stopped laughing, but you can feel it grinning smugly at you.
Hey, fuck you, book!
You know you look like a madman, right? Giving an inanimate object the finger like that.
What's the matter, Detective?
This book's making fun of my sincerest beliefs!
Then perhaps you should stop reading it.
But you can't stop, can you? You've got to find out what happens.
Alright, I figured it all out.
So, who did it, Detective? Who killed Charlie Spillane and Deanna Deneuve?
Dick Mullen?
Have you been paying attention at all? It wasn't Mullen. It was an imposter. Now go on. Find out who really did it.
No, I'm just gonna say it's an evil twin cliche.
You begin furiously flipping through pages. Even as you know these books follow a series of well-worn tropes, you find yourself completely engrossed. You're turning pages so fast, You don't even notice the ancient spine coming unglued. You try to grab the pages as they come loose, but your fingers aren't quick enough. They're gone. Dozens of pages scatter across the ground. The last fifth or so of the book seems to have been lost. It's possible that you could gather and reassemble the pages, but it would take way too long.
Now I'll never know.
Too bad, detective. If it's any consolation, the resolution is almost never very satisfying. And on that note, perhaps we should get back to making sense of our own case?
In your hand, you hold 4/5 of Dick Mullen.
Yeah, whatever. It did what it was supposed to do.
There's some too empty. No, there's... He shakes his head with genuine sadness. Whoever tossed it here, you see, it's no old... It's hard to concentrate.
Still need a little more. Maybe we could just sit, wait the time out on the bench?
The warn...
What more do you want to know about that poor girl? I don't know.
It's a peninsula.
You'll never find.
I wouldn't worry about that, man. We are persistent.
Are you sure you would have?
The felled electric mural.
There's gotta be another way to pass some time.
The warn... Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
This is Precinct 57.
In the cabin, you see a set of the white switch. Your fingers waste no time closing around the handle.
Massive torque dork.
Clutch disengaged. Release the handle. Clutch drops. Right foot yearns for the familiar touch of the accelerator pedal. You have synced with the machine's mechanical circulation.
How do you operate this machine?
You feel an uninterrupted connection to the mechanics.
Wait, does it mean I know how to pilot it?
After a while, you realize silence is your only answer. Do what you will with it. Of course it's only in your head. Of course it is. But it almost feels as if the clutch handle is gently squeezing back.
How are you, my friend?
The smell of freshly treated leather, the lack of dirt and dust on the dashboard, and a neat little brush in a cup holder, all seem to be whispering, I'm good, cherished and cared for, in the hands of a tending owner.
Where have you been?
At the bottom of the sea.
What?
So strange. The machine is not on the bottom of the sea at all. It's right in front of you, well kept. Why did it say that? Because it's lonely, just like you. Seaweed and strange fish around it, limpets clinging to the carcass. The sound of the streets above. This is clearly feverish nonsense. Let's rationalize it away. Grab the radio, or tools, or do something normal. The handle is pulled back. Somewhere deep inside the drivetrain, the disc is mated to the flywheel again. In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers, a radio on a hook. As you tap on the gate.
Now, that's enough fun with the foldable headlights. I know they are mesmerizing. They're also fragile. I'm not going to turn it on for...
The pull-out toolbox slides back.
Alright, well anyways, got ourselves the massive torque trophy.
The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says, 1 bottle equals 10 cents.
Excuse me, I have the tear bag, but no tear. Can I still use the tear machine?
No. You need tear to use the tear machine.
To the left of... A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. They all bear the Saint Baptiste Pharmaceutics logo.
Alright, I'll have some notes of it.
Okay, here. I hope Saint Baptiste makes you feel better or something.
Dramamine.
Okay, here. I hope Saint Baptiste makes you feel better or something.
And some Hypnogamma.
I don't know. I don't really know what Hypnogamma is. I guess it makes you feel less shit. It's recommended to you. No. Sorry. Saint Baptiste Pharmaceuticals. The one that sells med.
A colourful...
Again, I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarettes damage your health. No, Frit only sells legal drugs, like the law says. Is this about, I don't really know anything. I mean, not really. No, I don't know really long.
No need to worry.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Alright, that managed to shave off a minute. Ooh. There is maybe a breeze through another book.
The face of King Freecell smiles at you. Medicinal purposes of the pearl. The cover of this heavy tome features a number of esoteric symbols. It's just a racist. A police badge on which you...
The title. They are, and sometimes
Heavy-duty case-solving machine.
they contact. The lowest rank is King's like.
The long and short of it is, you're his superior.
So you've been putting up with me because we're the same rank?
No, I've been putting up with you because despite an unconventional approach, you are doing good police work. It matters more than driving your motor carriage into the sea. And now we've even found your badge.
He trusts you, for now. Try not to spoil it. Such a small yet precious thing.
The title. They are, and some.
Heavy duty. Such a small yet precious thing. Expensive paper caught between.
Harrier. That's long for Harry. So you are Harry. Evrard was half right. Please to make.
The badge in your hands.
That's just the serial number. 4 months. A new badge.
The pain in your chest tells you the case created a lot of edge. You're pretty sure you weren't doing well. But better? Probably yes. A lot can happen in 4 months. Especially in winter. The winters are never easy on you. Of that you are sure.
Yes, it's the designation. It's a tough station.
It's no wonder you are like...
But then again...
He knew all those people. And you? Is it an honor to work with you? The badge in your hand shine. The man... But the badge is good choice. A newer photo would look different. 8. Maybe. What do you... It looks like the lack of alcohol swelling is... Don't be fooled. The badge in your hand shines as you... The porter reel is just what you needed. The reels attach to the apparatus. The bullet is still safe. The jacket of the bullet, you can just...
What?
Yes,
Okay.
we were right.
Even the RC...
Something tells you that won't be any time soon.
Okay. And? What's your best guess? An antique. That makes sense. Sure, there's some arms trafficking, but the laws prohibiting the use of breech loaders we inherit. Some new RCM recruits get impatient with their muzzle loaders once they've trained with military-grade weapons, but they realize it's worth it in the end. Imagine if everyone, cops, citizens, had access to fire. But back to the investigation. Let's find out. Next step, finding the gun. What? Well, if I was the bullet, if we find in conclusion, the more we know about his...
The squashed bullet. The face of King Freecell smiles at you. For comrade, but like the... Perhaps they've overestimated the market demand for this kind of commentary. So please, if you value our radical Mazovian perspective on contemporary politics, culture, and international affairs, please consider subscribing today. Yours in struggle, the editors.
Kim, I think this is a communist magazine.
What do you expect? It was laying around the office of the Debarders Union. They're probably bankrolling the thing.
You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds before you. It takes a moment. Obviously, because it's cool to to drop random phrases in foreign languages. It evokes a sense of recognition and fellowship among those privileged enough to understand. As you leaf through, the main feature, though, is a long essay titled Tip Top Tournée, a critical you think you're instead, you find you where to so all of it, basically. Oddly enough, there's no way those are real names.
Wait, why aren't they real names?
Have you ever met anyone named Exilus? Come on, they're plainly pseudonyms. Under capitalism, the article, thus, the so-called, and that precise, at the end of the day, it's the destruction of these seven. You see, one cannot avoid the conclusion that Tip Top Tournée is simply the apotheosis of spectacular entertainment under capitalism.
Kim, this article says that no one really watches Tip Top Tournée for the races.
Oh, come on. Can this article read your mind?
No, guess not. Well, it seems to think so.
A certain kind of young man reads 1 or 2 books and suddenly thinks he understands the secret structures of reality. If I had to wager, I'd say they've never even seen the inside of a motor, much less a motor race. I take whatever they write with a large grain of salt.
You flip back to the front of the magazine.
Alright, well, anyways, large grain of salt or not, it was just the thing we needed. Alright, let's go in. Alright, let's see if we can get our gun back. Oh, what the shit?
Put your hands where I can see them.
Show me your hands. This is the pace. Show me your hands. Right now! Show me your hands! Right now!
Scavenged, battery-powered police lights protrude from her back. The flickering light show reveals a gun in her shaking hand.
Yeah, she's clearly nuts.
Her hand is trembling from some sort of neurodegenerative disease.
Madame, please drop the firearm immediately.
Take easy, ma'am. Take it easy here.
Failure to comply. Suspect is displaying aggression. Officer, under duress! Officer, under duress!
Her eyes bulge with terror. Veins protrude on her forehead.
I am the police. Don't move. Don't move. Hands on your head. Suspect is armed and dangerous.
Ma'am, I need you to calm down. We just want to talk.
Lateral vascular neck restraint. Carotid sleeper. Carotid sleeper. Critically reducing blood from passing through the neck of the suspect.
Be careful, detective. Don't do anything that might set her off.
Yeah, no duh.
The situation looks bad. Calm yourself. Steady your breathing. You have to go for the gun sooner or later. Perhaps you can learn crucial facts before you do. This is dangerous. You're 70% certain you always leave your gun loaded.
Alright, let's see. Please identify yourself, ma'am.
It's the goddamn police shitbag. Cut the pavement. You're under arrest.
As she waves her hands, You notice familiar-looking ampoules and packets sticking out of the mountain of police gear on her back. Medicine or drugs?
Are you on drugs?
Confiscated contraband. Restricted access. 2 kilos missing. Eyewitness report compromised.
I don't think she's on drugs. Being off drugs might actually be the problem here.
We can solve this peacefully. Please lower the weapon.
Officer in need of assistance. Suspect alert. Get on the ground.
Ma'am, please. We want to help you, but you need to lower that weapon.
Let's just talk, all right?
Disturbance reported. Authorized deadly force. Sector, take the shot. Big red key. Big red key.
All right, let's, yeah, that might set her off, yeah. This doesn't look good. Let's deal with this later.
We can't leave. A delirious civilian is pointing firearm at us. Your firearm. You need to solve this.
All right. You're not the police. We are the police.
Back up. Back up. Back up. Status unconfirmed.
Lieutenant W. Fader Harrier Dubois, 41st Precinct. This is my partner, Lieutenant Kitsuragi for the 57th.
No. Oh, no. No. I thought Mr. Moran. Gareth.
Aggravated assault. Man down. Officers in pursuit.
What's the situation, officer?
Law enforcement compromised. Impersonating a police officer.
Does she not believe you two are actually police officers?
Let's see. We really are cops. Look, my badge.
License and registration. License and registration. Come in dispatch. Sector. Azimuth.
It's not a code, just disjointed words.
Okay, no choice then. All right, let's roll.
Alright, here's how we do it. As soon as that gun isn't pointed at you again, you dash right. Then immediately close the distance. Left hand grabs the barrel, right one breaks the wrist. No, that won't be necessary. Look closer. The gun, all 3 barrels, red and blue light shining through. It's not loaded.
Kim, I'm almost certain I'm almost certain there are no bullets in that gun.
Huh? My God, I think you're right.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's not loaded. The gun isn't loaded.
What?
Wait.
This isn't police issue. Police weapons have bullets. This isn't real. What is this? Police guns always have bullets. What is this? Why did you sell me this?
Grab the gun, right now. This might be your only chance.
No one ever cares anymore. Why would they treat me like this?
Great gears are grinding to a halt. The machine is powering down. She's all out of jolt.
Oh, well. We need to figure out what to do with her now.
Nobody's ever around. Nobody ever comes to visit me.
I'm very sorry for how this is how life turned out for you.
Her scratched skin is warm to the touch, but the person inside doesn't even know you're there.
What do you think is happening to her?
She's in a stupor. I've seen this before. God knows for how long. Could be days when they get like this.
But why was she like this in the first place?
Honestly, I don't know. Dementia, probably. Dementia and Channel 8. And loneliness.
Neurodegenerative disease.
Could be. Her hands were trembling and she did seem uncoordinated. But what are we gonna do with her?
Should we just arrest her?
I don't think there's any need for that. In her current state, and without a gun, she isn't really a threat to anyone. We could let Titus know. This is a perfect problem for the local peacekeepers to handle. They might even know her family.
Yeah, Titus sounds like the man for the job here.
Then we can ask him once we get back to the whirling. But we have to hurry, because it's late, and they might have already gone home. But I think we're done here for now. Let's head out. This is done.
Please, leave the radio on.
Reflex to what? Being left alone? She stands motionless, just a heap of clothes and fleshes now. Maybe if you search her once more.
Alright, let's see if we can search her.
The woman stands slumped. She looks catatonic under her mountain of RCM paraphernalia. Is one of those things a police cap? There were narcotics in there too. You're thinking of taking them. Do.
And pick up the RCM cap?
She doesn't even flinch as you reach out and disentangle the familiar-looking lieutenant's cap from her mountain of RCM paraphernalia.
Oh, is that yours?
It's hard to say. It's been so long since you wore yours.
I think so. Mine? No, it's ours. The RC... I think so.
The lieutenant nods.
Let's see, shake her
The
shoulder.
old woman doesn't react to your touch.
Let's see. Ooh, let's see. RCM Lieutenant's cap. The cap is sturdy and comfortable. It seems to retain its form very well. It fits you perfectly. The inside of it smells like cheap tobacco and typewriter ink. It feels familiar somehow. Perhaps it too is yours, though how the pigs got it is a mystery. Villiers 9mm pepper box pistol. A 3-shot revolving barrel Villiers LaSalle pepper box, typically assigned to officers of the RCM upon reaching the rank of sergeant. The butt of the gun is worn, and the engraving on the side reads, Sunrise Parabellum. This is your gun, no doubt about it. Let's see. Ask Tyus Hardy and the boys to take care of the pigs. The woman catatonic on the boardwalk. It's their district, their mess, their responsibility. And for some reason, the warp function isn't working. Great. And yeah, definitely, yeah. And yeah, maybe if I leave her with her drugs, maybe Tyus and his boys will know know how to help her if they know what she's been on. And yeah, hopefully Tyus and his boys are still there. Ah, perfect.
The Copper-nado is back. What do you want?
There's an old catatonic lady in an old fish market on the other side of the bay. She needs help.
What's that, Copper? You want us to help little old ladies now?
You're local law enforcement, aren't you? Helping troubled civilians should fall under your jurisdiction.
Yeah. We'll send someone out. Who is? Wait. It's the pigs, isn't it?
Yep, her.
God. Poor lady. Don't worry. We'll handle this. I think she got some family in Kuron or something. Bastards left her alone when she got sick. We've been getting complaints.
Hey, wasn't Everett's B team looking for her the other day? They said something about her, I don't know, finding something?
Yeah, I think you're right, Gene. She have something of yours, Pig?
Whatever you do, do not admit to these punks you lost your gun. You will suffer if you do.
Nope, she didn't have anything.
No? Well, whatever then, Copper.
No. They totally said what it was. What was it? Anyone remember?
I don't remember. I was fucking drunk.
Let me know if you figure it out back there. Now, anything else we can help you with?
What's her name? Her real name?
Auntie LaPlante. We always called her. Something LaPlante.
Marianne, amigo.
Marianne LaPlante.
Be anything else you wanted to know?
Who was she?
Was. Like before. Just an old lady. Her kids moved away years ago. Never come to visit. Never took her calls. She gets out every now and then. She did right by lots of us when we were kids. Always was a little off, but still.
Us kids? That must have been ages ago. She was better then. The children kept her together.
How'd she get like this?
Wanted to be a cop, you mean? Well, shit. I don't actually know. Anyone know why she started acting like a pig?
No fucking clue. It's gotta be the crazy. Who'd want to be a pig?
Someone want to set the world right before it ends? And let's see. Well, I can't help but feel partially responsible for the unhealthy culture that poor woman latched onto. Sorry.
Yeah, you should be.
Whatever, Cole. Don't worry about it. We'll take care of our own.
Now, where'd she get all her cop gear?
Dunno. She lives by the water. Shit washes up all the time on the beach.
Police paraphernalia doesn't just wash up on the coast, people. It's not like we dump it at night. She bought it, collected it.
Station 41. A man carries a crate of rusted, unused badges. You think these would net us something at the annual auction? A balding detective drags a comb futilely across his head. Shit, who'd want those? Just dump them into the river.
Yeah, sorry, Kim. Thanks for helping us out with this one, Titus.
No problem, old cop man. We take care of our mentally ill here in Martinez. Ain't that right, boys?
Sure enough, we're the real heroes on these streets.
Alright, I'm gonna take off now. Well, got that whole business taken care of. Let's see, should we go after Rudy now? Should we go after Ruby? Yeah, no, let's do what we can while we're out and about.
Holding the gun feels natural and satisfying. It's like an extension of your arm, the polished wooden handle almost fusing into your palm.
I think my hand recognizes it.
It reminds you of the day you first held it, with fear and respect, hoping you don't have to use it in vain. The sun was out in Jamrock. It was so long ago. This is your gun. It's more of a symbol than anything else, because there is always a rational, sensible, reasonable solution to every situation. Sheathe it and know you have the moral high ground.
Yep. True enough. You don't go swinging that thing. That ain't a toy. Yeah, what every gun owner should know is that you hope that you never have to. The one thing that gun owners should always fear is the moment when they or let me see if I can try to phrase this correctly. Let me see here. Oh yeah, the one thing that every gun owner should hope for is for the moment that they never have to use it. They should hope for is that the moment that they never have to get into a moment where they have to use it. All right, now that we have our gun, all right, well, let's head into the bottom of the building here and see if we can smoke out Ruby. Yeah, it's dark, but that should give us an advantage. If we just stay quiet, then we might be able to get the drop on her. It feels strange. A concrete pipe buried in sand and dust. Ooh! Let's see here. +1 to composure and +1 to shivers. Layers and layers of polyvinyl and artificial sheepskin make this coat ideal for traversing snowy plains on dog sleds. Somehow you knew it would be waiting for you underground in a sunken pipe, and you found it. It's as if the city gifted it to you to keep you safe. Alright, well, as interesting as this is, time for us to save. Let's see here, yep. Alright, yeah, next time, hopefully we'll be coming face to face with Ruby. So, till next time, folks, this is David on David's Brain. See you when I see you. Bye-bye.